Good morning to all of my students. Hope you are doing well at your home. Dear students, today let's know briefly about different types of permanent tissue. There are two types of permanent tissue. One is simple permanent tissue and another one is complex permanent tissue. Dear students, what is simple permanent tissue? Simple permanent tissue means simple permanent tissue is composed of similar types of cells. इसमें जो सेल्स होते हैं वो सिमिलर टाइप्स के होते हैं. The student simple permanent tissue is further classified into three tissues. And these tissues are parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Now I will explain these tissues one by one. The first one is parenchyma. The first type is parenchyma of simple permanent tissue. Dear students, in case of parenchyma, the cells of parenchyma have thin cell wall. इनका जो cell wall होता है वो बहुत ही thin होता है. They are loosely packed. They have lot of intercellular space between them. इनके पास बहुत सारे intercellular spaces हैं. This tissues makes the largest portion of a plant body. Plant body का ज़्यादातर जो portion होता है वो इसी tissue से बना होता है. The main function of parenchyma is to provide support to plants. Plants को support देता है and it also stores food. Now there is another point. In some situations, parenchyma of simple permanent tissue contains chlorophyll. Chlorophyll means green pigment which helps in photosynthesis, and then it is called collenchyma. The students in aquatic plants also large air cavities are present in parenchyma to give upward thrust. That's called buoyancy to the plants to help them float. Such parenchyma type is called arenchyma. Now there is a second type of simple permanent tissue. The second type of permanent simple tissue is collenchyma. The students, the flexibility in plants is only due to collenchyma. Collenchyma is second type of simple permanent tissue. It allows easy bending in various parts of the plant. Various parts of the plant like leaf, stem, without breaking. It provides flexibility in these parts. It also provides mechanical support. ये plants को mechanical support भी provide करता है. The students, it is present in leaf stalk. जो leaf stalks होते हैं इनमें ये present होता है. collenchyma below the epidermis below the epidermis outer layer of the cells. Dear student, the cells of this tissue, the cells of collenchyma are living. They are elongated and their shape is irregular and also thickened at the corners. Dear students, इनमें जो intercellular space वो बहुत ही कम होता है. There is very little intercellular space in case of collenchyma simple permanent tissue. Now there is the third type of simple permanent tissue is sclerenchyma. Dear students, it is the tissue which makes the plant hard. In case of sclerenchyma, the cell wall in sclerenchyma is highly thickened all around. जिसका cell wall होता है वो thickened all around. It is only due to chemical substance. The chemical substance which acts as cement, and that is lignin. Dear students, the cells are dead and intercellular space is absent. And intercellular space is absent in case of skin. And the intercellular space is totally absent in case of third type of simple permanent tissue, that is sclerenchyma. Dear students, it provides structural rigidity to plant parts. It provides kind of resistance to plant parts. Dear students, we have seen the bark. That bark is composed of sclerenchyma. Dear students, bark is an example of sclerenchyma. Bark is composed of sclerenchyma. There is another example of sclerenchyma can be seen in the coconut husk. Dear students, coconut की जो बोसी वो sclerenchyma टाइप की टिश्यू से बना है. Dear students, once again, I will revise these pointers regarding these tissues, regarding types of simple permanent tissue. There are three types of simple permanent tissue. These are parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Dear students, in parenchyma, they have lot of intercellular spaces, but in case of collenchyma, there is very little intercellular space, and in the third one, that is sclerenchyma, there is totally absent intercellular space. इनमें intercellular space बिल्कुल absent होता है. इनमें intercellular बिल्कुल. Dear student, this is all about simple permanent tissue, and there is another, now there is complex permanent tissue. I will explain regarding complex permanent tissue in next video lecture.